Patrick here. I have Cheetah Will View. And welcome to Dollar Tree Theater. That's right, we are back with Dollar Tree Theater. This is the 74th episode of Dollar Tree Theater. And yeah, we thought we'd go a little bit of old school. I watched a movie that I hadn't seen for quite a while, but my buddy Catfish actually had it in his collection. Um, so I said, you know what, I'm gonna watch this because I want to talk about it, and so I knew that he would approve, and so we're gonna be talking about 2002's Ghost Ship. Now I know this movie gets a lot of love come Halloween and whatnot, and there are actually a lot of people in the community that talk about Ghost Ship, and that's cool to see because it's very worthy. Ghost Ship is a story about a salvage crew who gets asked to hunt a ghost ship that a Coast Guard pilot has spotted and to salvage it. And so they decide that's what they're going to do. They're going to go ahead and do that. It's a crew of salvagers. They're really expert. We see them, we see them led by Epps. We see them do a miraculous recovery on a ship that looks like it could collapse or capsize. So we see that these guys are all close knit unit and willing to get the job done. So the crew is basically it's led by the captain, Sean Murphy, played by Gabriel Byrne. Julia Margulies plays Epps. Ron Eldred plays Dodge. Isaiah Washington plays Greer. Alex Demostrades plays Santos. And a young Carl Urban. I did not realize this until I watched it again, that Carl Urban was in this movie. This is before Carl Urban broke out really for anywhere. Because I want to say this movie came out, 2002. It might have came out at the same time as The Two Towers. So, but at the time that time, Carl Urban was not known to anybody outside his native New Zealand. Some of the other cast members was Emily Browning, who plays Katie Harwood, and Francisca Rotondi plays the singer Francesca. Of course, the movie opens up with that very, very famous, one of the coolest opening scenes in any horror movie, where we see a sizable part of the crew of the ship is killed by a wire that goes right through them, and it basically cuts anybody in front of it into two. Of course, Katie is not killed there because she's so small, but everybody else gets hit by the wire and dies. And it's a very famous scene. And so when that we see what happens to the Garza, and now, like I said, back in the present day, we see Captain Murphy and his crew are hardcore salvagers, and they get that invitation to go out there to to try to find the boat. They don't have any luck at first. There's nothing out there. There's nothing on radar. There's nothing. But then the pilot of Santos, he says, "I do think I see something," and so he says, "Okay." He says, but nobody else can see it until they literally run into it. I mean, they literally have like 5-10 feet before they crush into it. Luckily, they have tires, so they don't blow up on impact. They find the ship, or should we say, the ship finds them. Okay, so they go on top of the ship. Greer is Greer, played by Isaiah Washington, is the first mate, and he is actually the voice of caution in this movie. He is telling everybody to be careful. He is the first one to tell everybody to get off the boat. He is really the one that they should have been paying attention to. They all go up onto the boat, except for Santos. He's left behind. They do take the Coast Guardman named Jack Ferryman. They take him up there with them to explore the boat as well. And Captain Murphy says, "Be very careful where you walk to, because of this, it's a 40-year-old ship. It's really run down. It's decrepit. You could take a walk, what you think is a floor, and end up down in the engine room. Um, and that's what exactly almost what happens to Munder, played by Carl Urban. Um, and as they're trying to rescue him, Epps, she spots a little girl, and the little girl looks dead at her. And of course, this causes her to freak out. And from the basically from then on, the rest of the story is slowly spiraling downward. Um, they want to keep the boat, they want to salvage it, for the materials and whatnot, but they start getting creepy. They start hearing things, seeing things. Murphy's tempted to drink. He's an alcoholic. He's tempted to drink. He doesn't want to lose his sobriety. He comes really close, um, and just when it seems like they're going to go ahead and, like, okay, maybe you're right. Maybe we shouldn't really be on this boat. All of a sudden, they find gold on it. 200-300 million dollars worth of gold, and now the game has changed for all the crew. Now they want the gold, and so that pretty much seals the deal for most of the crew. Um, it's an exciting story. I'll be honest with you. I've not seen it. Like I said, I've not seen it since I saw it at the theaters 22 years ago, and it holds up beautifully. This is a very well directed film that was directed by Steve Beck, and it was written by Mark Hanlon and John Pogue, and produced by Joel Silver, Roger Zemeckis. Now that's some, and Gilbert Adler. They had planned on releasing a horror film once a year, every Halloween. They had done the remaking of House on Haunted Hill, and then they had come back and done 13 Ghosts, and then they came back here and did they came back here and did Ghost Ship. Now I don't know why that didn't keep going on, because Ghost Ship made money. It cost $20 million to make. It made over $65 million box office, so it made money. I don't know why they didn't keep going, because I mean, 13 Ghosts and House on Haunted Hill were both excellent. They were very, very good, very, very good. And so is Ghost Ship. The effects and the models and are just absolutely spectacular. They built a replica of the ship down in Australia. It is beautiful. And the sets that they built for this movie, the detail in this movie is breathtaking. Actually, for a horror film, when you look at the ship, it's almost like they took a page from James Cameron when he built the Titanic. They said, well, if you could make a really fancy ship like Titanic, we could do this for a ghost ship, and they did. And this including putting marble floors on the ship model. Marble floor, it looks beautiful. The ship when it's before all the disaster happens, it's beautiful. We do see what the story is. We know that the crew of the Arctic Warrior is on the downward spiral, but we don't know exactly why until the ghost talks to Maureen Epps and touches her, and through her touch, she is able to show Epps what exactly happened. They had tried to steal the gold off the Lower Lee, and they had sunk the ship. And Garla came by and rescued. They rescued the passengers and the crew of the Lorelei, and that included a lot of bad people who proceeded to basically slaughter every guest on the ship, including Katie. We do see what happens to her. Well, it's implied what we know what happened to her, but she is the one, because she was so pure. The Fearman, who's basically he is just a monster. His duty is to bring souls onto the ship, and to keep it. Once the ship reaches its capacity, then everybody on the ship itself will go to hell. And so what he has to do, he has to keep tricking more and more people to find the boat, find the gold, go out there on their own free will. And once they do that, then he adds more bodies to his toll. As soon as he gets this quota, he's able to send the ship down and start again. And we do see that at the end. Spoiler alert. we do see him once again um, planning his evil deed. And but it's a really good movie. I really enjoyed it. This is a lot of fun. Um, Very well acted. Gabriel Byrne, of course, Isaiah Washington, just a stellar cast. Really well done. It was filmed in Australia, and it's fun. You can get this just about anywhere. This Warner Brothers put it out, so this would not be hard to find at all. You can get this at the Warner Brothers Archive. You can get this probably at Warner Brothers itself. You can go ahead and, of course, it won't be like this with the snapper case and the particular cover per se, but you can get this movie itself. eBay, Amazon, easy to get. Won't be hard. But if you're into supernatural thrillers, yeah, Ghost Ship is ranked pretty high up there. I highly recommend it. All right, well, thanks for watching. If you're new to the channel and you're new to Dollar Tree Theater is an ongoing series that was created by our good friend Hobbs Horror, whereas we watch and review movies that we have gotten for $1.25 or less. And yes, that includes gifts. If someone gives you a gift and you didn't pay $1.25 for it, that counts for Dollar Tree Theater. I got mine from my buddy Catfish. And next week will be our 75th episode. And we do have something a little bit fun planned for you guys. And until then, like I said, if you're new to the channel, please consider subbing and hitting the like button and the notification bell. And we will talk at you soon. Peace.